There is not just one solution to the food supply chain issue, but Atkins says donations like this one and money donations are greatly appreciated. The roads are also pretty rough out here, and to give you an example of this, the snow right now is very thick and dense, and right under it is a thick sheet of ice. I'm here at the Strikers Grill and Tornado Alley. This business will open March 1st on Christie Drive. TA's location in Columbia filled one of its buses earlier today with donations going to both Rainbow House and Great Circle charities. Stevens College will start their semester online until they have a better understanding of the Omicron COVID-19 variant. Without Powerhouse stepping in, the Everybody Eats distribution probably wouldn't have happened this Thanksgiving. Community members gathered right outside here Thursday to express their feelings on the unveiling of Gateway Plaza. For example, since the pandemic began, food pantries like this one ended up spending 3 times more on food costs. I'm live here at the Food Bank of Central and Northeast Missouri. I spoke with a food supply chain expert and a local pantry director to find out how this big problem is keeping cabinets bare for those who need food. Supply chain disruptions affect the whole country.
The food supply chain is a quicker fix in the sense that food has a short life to it, and the main issues there are labor and transportation.
Not only are food and produce items harder to come by, but prices for them are increasing. The Director of Communications and Marketing at the Food Bank of Central and Northeast Missouri says it's an issue that needs immediate attention.
I think the biggest thing that we're noticing is just that there is less food to get, and the food that we do get costs more. And along with that, our shipping costs are greater.
For example, since the pandemic began, food pantries like this one ended up spending 3 times more on food costs. Atkins says it's even tougher to find nutritious items.
There are times when certain things that we're looking for, like canned fruit, we're just not able to purchase.
The council voted 9-1 Monday to abate 75% of property taxes on the establishment. I spoke with the Strikers owner and council members who oversaw the decision. Strikers Grill and Tornado Alley brings bowling and arcade games to Jefferson City. One of the Strikers owners says it also brings opportunities.
Well, first thing it's going to bring is about 100 jobs, so we're really excited about that.
One of the council members that voted for the tax break agrees.
The reason why I supported it was because it was fostered by the idea of local developers, and they have strong roots to our community, and they're willing to put in, over $6 million for this project.
Not all support the move. Council member Mike Lester says he's for the entertainment business, but not for the tax deal.
Those need to be used appropriately for meeting the economic goals of the city for development.
Lester says Strikers will generate plenty of revenue and won't need a tax break to survive.
That entertainment center that's being proposed it's gonna happen regardless of whether we approve the incentives or not.
When asked how common these tax abatements are, Lester says he hasn't seen many.
On my time on the council, we've had one other tax abatement business come up, and it was for an outpatient surgery center, and I voted in favor of that, although I did question that too.
Lester says tax breaks may be a necessity for certain businesses. However, owner Brad Harrison says entertainment is needed now in Jefferson City. The food pantry serves as a full-service client choice grocery model. This allows for people to shop for food in person with a grocery store feel instead of a typical pantry. I went to the soft opening to gain a deeper understanding on how the pantry functions. The Catholic Charities Food Pantry offers a Smart Choice website for shoppers to order groceries online.
This QR code will link them to the site, and then they'll just have a number that will assign them, and they will just punch that in a keypad, and that it will take them to all of the items that are available in our inventory.
Cindy Cushman, one of the food pantry shoppers, says as someone with disabilities, she likes the convenience of the food pantry.
Because it's close to home and I won't have to go too far to get my food. And stuff I need that I can use, I'll have instead of having to worry about trying to come up with money to buy it.
Cindy also appreciates the selection of items at the pantry.
Give you good options like the orange juice and the eggs and stuff, that's stuff we need. And right now with the price of everything, sometimes you can't afford to get that kind of stuff.
She said her visits to the pantry impact her in a positive way.
I'm here because I could use a little extra food. And nowadays, when you're on disability, you don't get a lot of money. And you pay your bills or whatever, and then you need help, and that's why I'm here.
The pantry is open to anyone in need. Shoppers are able to get healthy choices instead of only prepackaged items. The only requirements are that shoppers are Cole County residents with a valid ID and proof of address. In the studio, I'm Reagan Di Trolio, KOMU 8 News. After nearly a decade in the making, Columbia welcomed its new gateway to downtown.
The Columbia sculpture features milestones of Columbia history. The globe is, there's important dates in history and a little bit about how we got to be where we are.
Shields described the purpose of Gateway Plaza.
So it's a celebration of Columbia and especially of Columbia's last 200 years.
The fabricator of the sculpture, Emmett Russell, says the completion solidifies his career.
And I started from nothing, from doing home improvement, and doing things like this was the goal. And so to be able to do something like this for a town that I moved to for many reasons, I just think it means a lot to me.
Community members gathered right outside here Thursday to express their feelings on the unveiling of Gateway Plaza.
I'm also excited about it, and I think that the significance of this sign is that it's going to bring a whole new light to Columbia.
Members of the community stayed for hours after the unveiling, taking pictures of downtown's new face. This sculpture serves the purpose of being a gateway into downtown, as well as showcasing Columbia's rich art culture for years to come. Reagan Di Trolio, KOMU 8 News, Columbia. When he's not at Lincoln University, you can find Max Walker patrolling the state capitol as a police officer. He got his job after graduating from the first HBCU Law Enforcement Academy. The Luletta program was established 2 years ago, and Walker was a part of the second class.
So that exact same night when I saw the news, I went online and put in the application. A couple of weeks later, I went down there and shook the chief's hand. He said, "Oh, you're going to have a good time here. I'm going to give you all the skills you need to do your job correctly."
After around 5 months into the accelerated program, Walker graduated as one of the top 3 recruits in his class.
The thing that I liked about him the most is he was always looking for a way to see the bright side of things.
Right after graduation, Walker accepted an offer to work with the Missouri Capitol Police.
We were very excited to have him join us. We're always looking for good officers who want to work with the Missouri Capitol Police. We're very unique, and he was willing to talk with us and interview with us and eager to learn.
Chief Gary Hill runs the academy at Lincoln. He says it's not always easy being a minority in law enforcement.
You know, some of the first black police officers picked up and put on the badge in the 1900s, the early 1900s, when race relations were at their worst at that time. So if they can do it then, we definitely need to step up our game and be able to do it now.
Chief Hill says when he told this to Walker, he took it to heart.
I definitely feel accomplished being a minority officer. I mean, given 10, 30 years ago, something like this, I wouldn't imagine would be possible at all.
But Walker made sure it was possible. He's only been on the job as a Capitol officer for a month, but looks forward to a lot longer in law enforcement. Reagan Di Trolio, KOMU 8 News, Jefferson City.